You think your body belongs to one organism? It doesn't. Right now, trillions of microorganisms are living on you and inside you. On your skin, inside your mouth, throughout your digestive system. Entire communities of bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microbes are sharing the body you have always called your own. Most aren't invaders. Many are normal residents. Some participate in processes your body depends on. And once you realize how deeply connected they are to human biology, one uncomfortable question appears. Where exactly does you begin? For most of human history, we didn't even know these organisms existed. They were too small to see. Then, microscopes revealed an invisible world. Today, scientists call the collection of microorganisms associated with the human body the human microbiota, while the term microbiome is often used for those communities and their genetic material. And these communities are enormous. One of the richest exists inside your gut. Your digestive tract contains vast populations of microbes representing many different species. To them, your intestine isn't simply an organ, it's an environment. Warm, nutrient-rich, constantly changing. And some of these microbes perform chemistry that human cells cannot accomplish alone. They help break down components of food. They ferment certain fibers that our own digestive enzymes cannot fully process. In doing so, some produce compounds, such as short-chain fatty acids that interact with cells in the intestine and can participate in normal physiology. Wait, what? Part of what happens after you eat dinner depends on organisms whose DNA isn't human. And the relationship goes even deeper. Your immune system develops and operates while constantly interacting with microorganisms. It must accomplish something extraordinarily difficult: respond aggressively to dangerous pathogens, while tolerating enormous numbers of microbes that normally belong there. Signals from resident microbes can interact with immune pathways. Scientists are actively investigating how changes in these communities relate to health and disease. But the story is complicated. Finding that people with a particular condition have a different microbiome does not automatically prove the microbiome caused that condition. Diet matters, medication matters, age, environment, genetics, lifestyle. Disease itself can alter microbial communities. The science is advancing rapidly, but many causal relationships are still being worked out. And your gut isn't the only ecosystem. Look at your hand. It appears to be simply human skin. But that surface contains its own microbial world. The skin microbiome varies dramatically across the body. An oily region of your face is different from your forearm. The moist environment beneath your arm is different again. Different conditions favor different organisms. Your body is not one microbial habitat. It is an entire landscape. Another WTF moment. From the perspective of a microorganism, moving a few centimeters across your body can mean entering a completely different ecosystem. And your microbiome isn't identical to anyone else's. Two healthy people can have substantially different microbial communities. Diet, geography, age, environment, medications, and many other factors can influence which microbes live with us. Even your microbiome changes over time. The ecosystem you carry today is not necessarily identical to the one you carried years ago. But there is one famous microbiome fact that needs correcting. For decades, people repeated the claim that bacterial cells in your body outnumber human cells 10 to 1. It sounds incredible. It also appears to be wrong. Modern estimates suggest the numbers of bacterial and human cells in a typical adult are roughly comparable in magnitude. The exact ratio depends on how you define and count cells, as well as the individual. There may be somewhat more bacterial cells in some estimates, but not 10 times more as a general rule. And honestly, reality doesn't need the exaggeration. Tens of trillions of microbial cells sharing one human body is already astonishing. Think about what that means. When you eat, you aren't feeding only human cells. When you shower, you're interacting with an ecosystem on your skin. When you take certain medications, microbial communities can be affected too. Your body has never existed in biological isolation. From early life onward, you have developed while surrounded by and interacting with microbes. That does not mean microbes secretly control your personality. Research into communication between the gut, immune system, and nervous system is real and fascinating. But dramatic claims that particular microbes determine complex thoughts, personalities, or behaviors usually go far beyond what current evidence can support. The truth is more subtle and more beautiful. Human biology evolved in a microbial world. We are adapted to relationships with organisms we cannot see. Some compete with us, some are harmless passengers. Some can become harmful under certain conditions, and others contribute to processes that help our bodies function. Scientists are still mapping those relationships. New species are identified, new chemical interactions are discovered, and new questions appear. Because once you stop imagining the human body as a sealed machine, everything changes. You become a habitat, a landscape. A collection of human cells constantly interacting with a much older microscopic world. Yet somehow, from all of this complexity emerges one experience, one body, one life, you. Maybe individuality was never about being biologically alone. Maybe it is about countless systems cooperating closely enough to create something that feels like one. The human body is not an isolated machine. It is an ecosystem. And perhaps the strangest part is that it always has been. So the next time you look into a mirror and see one person looking back, remember the invisible world living with you. Then ask yourself, where exactly does you end? If this changed the way you think about the body you live inside, subscribe. Every single day we uncover another hidden truth about reality, science, space, and the human mind. Because ordinary life becomes extraordinary when you look closely enough. And sometimes an entire hidden world isn't somewhere beneath the ocean or beyond the stars. It's already living with you,